It was a crisp morning in the city, one of those days where the streets buzzed with life and purpose. Marcus Hayes, a distinguished man in his mid-40s, was on his way to a pivotal meeting. As the head of internal affairs, Marcus had devoted years to upholding justice within the police force. Today, his mind was preoccupied with thoughts of a significant reform proposal he planned to present, a proposal aimed at eradicating systemic bias and rebuilding trust within the community. Marcus was no stranger to pressure. Years of navigating complex cases had honed his ability to stay composed, even under the most trying circumstances. But nothing could have prepared him for what was about to unfold. Officer Daniels, a veteran with over 15 years on the force, approached Marcus's vehicle with an air of authority bordering on hostility. Known for his brash demeanor and snap judgments, Daniels was a product of an environment that often fostered such attitudes. Spotting Marcus's expensive car and tailored suit, his assumptions took hold. License and registration. Is there a problem, officer? Step out of the car. Marcus had seen countless scenarios like this play out from afar, but now he was in the middle of one. He understood the importance of staying calm, knowing that any wrong move could escalate the situation further. As Marcus watched the officer rummage through his vehicle, memories of past cases flooded his mind. Stories of abuse of power, racial profiling, and unwarranted aggression. This wasn't just about him. It was a reflection of the systemic issues he'd spent his career fighting to change. You've got some nerve driving a car like this. What's a guy like you doing in this neighborhood? I work here, and I'd appreciate it if you told me why I was stopped. Looks suspicious is all. You people always think you're above the law. Marcus's silence spoke volumes. He knew the importance of holding his ground, even as Daniels continued his baseless accusations. The officer's words stung, not because they were new, but because they represented a much deeper problem. More onlookers gather as the interaction grows tenser. A young man in the crowd begins recording the scene on his phone. Murmurs ripple through the small crowd as people question the officer's behavior. The atmosphere grew thick with tension. Marcus could feel the weight of the stares, the murmurs of the crowd. He understood that this moment wasn't just about him. It was about every person who had ever been in his position. He resolved to handle the situation with dignity, knowing the impact it could have. Daniels finally finds a reason to arrest Marcus, claiming his vehicle matches the description of one involved in a recent crime. You're under arrest. Turn around and put your hands behind your back. Marcus, maintaining his composure, complies but speaks calmly. You're making a mistake. I suggest you call your superior officer. Daniels laughs dismissively. Oh, I don't think that'll be necessary. Just as Daniels begins to cuff Marcus, a second police car arrives. A senior officer steps out, his face immediately registering recognition. The senior officer's expression hardens as he approaches. Daniels, what are you doing? Daniels, looking confused, explains his fabricated story. The senior officer cuts him off sharply. Release him, right now. But sir, do you have any idea who this is? This is Marcus Hayes, the head of internal affairs. He's the one who investigates misconduct within the department, and judging by what I've just witnessed, you're in serious trouble. The crowd murmurs in shock as Daniels' face turns pale. He stammers, trying to justify his actions, but it's too late. In an instant, the power dynamic shifted. Daniels realized his career was hanging by a thread, while Marcus stood tall, his integrity intact. Marcus dusts off his suit and addresses the crowd. Thank you all for witnessing this. Change starts with accountability, and that's exactly what's going to happen here. Marcus knew that this incident was more than just a personal affront. It was an opportunity to spark real change in a system desperate for reform. He made it his mission to ensure that moments like this became catalysts for progress. The incident became a turning point, not just for Daniels, but for the entire department. Marcus's unwavering composure and dedication to justice served as a beacon of hope, proving that even in the face of adversity, integrity can lead to meaningful change. Share your thought in the comments below, and if you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing to my channel. I pour my heart into crafting stories like this for you, and your support is the one helps me keep going. I appreciate having you on this journey,